Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be honest, I'm absolutely exhausted. Had a long day at college, spent quite a while on the computer, had some work to do today, and I've not completed it yet, but I've started it and I've got a fair bit to do still, but I've got a fair bit that I've already done. I've already done a fair bit of it. Anyway, welcome back to Vlogmas. This is day 2, and today I'd like to talk more about my experience so far with the A-level sport course. Now, for me, I briefly mentioned it in one of my Hydra and Life Update videos a couple of months ago. I am taking the A-level sport at college. For me to take the A-level sport as a disabled person, it was a huge risk when I decided to take the A-level sport because I had no idea how the adaptations were going to be made to make me fit in. But I have to say I've been blown away by the amount of adaptations that can be made to fit me in, and all credit goes to the people around me for that. I'd like to talk to you a bit more about my experience in the course and what I've been learning so far and what practical stuff I've been doing so far. And I'd like to start by saying I've done 3 topics so far. We're on our 3rd topic now. We're just about to finish our 3rd topic. We've done the skeletal system bones, we've done the skeletal system muscles, and now we're on onto the cardiovascular system. And for me, I passed my first key assessment, which I was over the moon with, and then second one I haven't quite got back yet, but I did feel quite confident in that. There's a lot to cover in A-level sport, and I learned that pretty quickly, especially with the ins and outs of the body. A lot of A-level sport there's a lot of biology embedded into it, which I did kind of expect going into it, but you don't realise the amount of depth you go into until you actually get to the course. At the moment, we're putting a big focus on obviously the heart being a cardiovascular system and the flow of blood through the heart and what route it takes to get to get out and to the rest of the body, because the heart has its own blood supply, and all that blood that's pumped from the heart goes out of the heart around to the rest of the body. We're also going on, at the moment we've been recently doing about electrical impulses, where that electrical impulse starts at the atrial ventricular node. So the atrial ventricular node is where essentially that electrical impulses starts. The electrical impulses start at the brain and then travels down to the heart, and from the AV node, that electrical impulse basically shoots around the heart. It shoots around the heart. Oh no, sorry. It starts at the SA node, which then after the SA node, it travels down to the AV node, which is the atrial ventricular part of the heart. This is where if those electrical impulses stop, then that could cause cardiac arrest. But if blood flow stops from the heart, that could cause blood flow. But enough about me going on about technical terms. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it, and the amount of depth we go into is extremely interesting. I mean, I've always been interested in how the body works, And I think now I see sport in a whole different light, because I'm thinking about all these technical terms that we've learned in sport, and I'm thinking about how the body moves. A big part of sport is not just the technical terms, but applying those technical terms to movement analysis. For instance, I could get an exam question that says, describe each stage of movement shown in these figures. So the tennis player, a figure of a tennis, like a few figures of a tennis player on one of my exam questions, and I think it was the bones. I think it was the first key assessment I did, and it was all about describing the movement from each individual part of the body the tennis player uses. So a lot of it is applying that knowledge and applying it to movement analysis. And then when you go over to the fitness testing side of things, which is the practical side of things of sport, you end up thinking about that movement analysis and applying it to your own fitness testing. And at the moment, we are currently on our way to be able to conducting fitness tests on our own peers, which should be pretty interesting. But we've all got to think about how does that apply to our client, and what best suits our client based on their health condition, based on the sports they play, whether that be in college or outside of college, based on how they are on that day. We've really got to think about the finer details of how like each individual person is, and match a fitness test to them. Done many fitness tests so far. Like, I've done the sit-up test, I've done the press-up test, and my best result in a test actually was the sit and reach test, which is where I put my feet underneath the board, and I've got to stretch me hands as far as I can up towards that board, but I've got to move a thing along. I've got to move like a rectangular shaped thing along that centimetre line, and I think I got 26 on my first try, and I really tried it once, so I was pretty impressed with that. I did just want to give everyone a little bit of an update, because it's been hard, but it's been a challenge that's been worth waiting for. It's been in my ambition for a long time to do the A-level sport, to find out more about the ins and outs of how sport works and how movement analysis is when you're doing a specific sport, and it's really interesting, and I'd encourage anyone to do it really. But I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of an update. As I said, I'm extremely tired today, so I'm not going to ramble on too much. But yeah, that's day 2 of Vlogmas, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3.